Love the Ravens as much as we do? Then smash that subscribe button and stay locked in with Flock News for all the drama, updates, and excitement all season long. The latest rumor shaking the NFL universe revolves around the Baltimore Ravens and their long-standing head coach, John Harbaugh, who, according to sources close to the team, has reportedly declared that a prominent player will no longer see the field under his watch. The whispers began circulating after a series of tense meetings in the Ravens locker room, where teammates allegedly noticed a visible shift in Harbaugh's demeanor, while the identity of the player remains under wraps. Insiders suggest that the tension has been building over disagreements about practice intensity, strategy discussions, and even leadership dynamics within the squad. The NFL community is buzzing, as this is not the first time Harbaugh has been known for his uncompromising stance with players who, in his eyes, failed to align with his vision. Analysts are speculating about the potential impact on the Ravens season, considering the player in question has been a key contributor both offensively and defensively. The rumor mill has intensified following cryptic social media posts from several players hinting at internal conflicts. Though none have directly confirmed the issue, fans are naturally torn, some defending Harbaugh's authority and others worried about the team chemistry being fractured before the season reaches its peak intensity, a critical juncture where unity can make or break playoff aspiration. Sources indicate that the reported fallout might stem from incidents dating back to last season, when performance inconsistencies were allegedly discussed privately with the player. Harbaugh's approach, described as direct and unyielding by insiders, seems to have reached a breaking point, leaving the player frustrated and reportedly seeking options outside Baltimore. The locker room atmosphere, which was once described as a tight-knit unit driven by collective goals, is now reportedly tense, with whispers of teammates trying to mediate between the coach and the player to prevent public spectacle. Sports analysts are weighing in, debating whether this move signals a temporary rift that could be repaired through management intervention or a long-term shift that might redefine the Ravens' strategy moving forward. Betting circles have reportedly taken notice, with some odds makers subtly adjusting the team's win probabilities, hinting at the uncertainty surrounding the squad's internal cohesion. Veteran insiders suggest that Harbaugh's decision could be a calculated move intended to send a broader message to the locker room about accountability, discipline, and the non-negotiable standards he expects from every athlete under his guidance. Meanwhile, fans have flooded forums and social media with speculative threads, trying to piece together the puzzle from any small hint dropped by journalists or insiders, generating endless theories about the player's identity and the potential consequences for Baltimore's playoff chances this season. While the official team line has been silent, unnamed sources close to the organization reportedly confirm that discussions have been ongoing behind closed doors. The media frenzy surrounding the story has only fueled speculation, as sports news outlets scramble to validate claims and obtain statements from anyone involved. Several players are rumored to be caught in the middle, balancing loyalty to their teammate with respect for Harbaugh's leadership, creating a delicate situation in the locker room. Analysts argue that Harbaugh's tenure has always been marked by moments of confrontation and tough decisions, yet this situation seems more intense due to the player's prominence and influence on team dynamics. The implications stretch beyond the field, affecting team morale, media narratives, and potentially even future recruitment strategies, as prospective players might weigh the strict management style against the opportunity to join a high-profile NFL franchise. Meanwhile, fan communities online continue to dissect interviews, press conferences, and cryptic social media interactions for any sign of confirmation, fueling a digital wildfire of speculation that shows no signs of slowing down. If true, this development could mark one of the most significant public disputes in Ravens history, casting a shadow over what was expected to be a promising season filled with playoff potential and high-stakes matchups. Some insiders suggest that the tension escalated after a particular practice session, described as unusually intense, where disagreements over tactical decisions reportedly became personal. The player allegedly resisted certain directives, prompting Harbaugh to reportedly issue a firm ultimatum, effectively signaling that future disobedience or perceived lack of commitment would not be tolerated. Sources close to the team describe the situation as a powder keg, with both parties standing their ground, leaving management in a challenging position to mediate without undermining the coach's authority. The rumor has quickly attracted attention from rival teams, who may see an opportunity to leverage the discord in trade discussions or scouting reports. Meanwhile, media pundits speculate on potential replacements or adjustments in playtime strategy, imagining scenarios where the Ravens either part ways with the player or attempt a reconciliation, each path fraught with risks and rewards. The narrative unfolding in Baltimore has captivated fans across the league, with debates intensifying about coaching styles, player autonomy, and the balance between discipline and flexibility in elite professional sports, making this more than just an internal dispute, but a story with national attention and potential ripple effects throughout the NFL. Reports from sports journalists hint that Harbaugh's statement might not be isolated, suggesting a broader trend of assertive coaching that prioritizes team philosophy over individual talent. Some argue that this could be a pivotal moment for the Ravens, potentially reshaping the locker room hierarchy and establishing new cultural norms under Harbaugh's leadership. The rumor mill further speculates about off-field interactions, including team meetings and strategy sessions, where underlying tensions may have become more visible, despite the uncertainty. Sources emphasize that the player remains highly talented and influential, raising the stakes for how the situation resolves. The conversation among fans has expanded to include comparisons with historical NFL disputes, drawing parallels with other legendary coaches and their high-profile conflicts, fueling an ongoing debate about whether such clashes are destructive or necessary for maintaining competitive excellence. Social media platforms are buzzing with fan theories, insider leaks, and analyst commentary, creating an environment where every cryptic gesture or comment is scrutinized for hidden meaning. The story has become more than a rumor. It has turned into a full-blown narrative of conflict, leadership, and professional pride, capturing the attention of the NFL world and leaving everyone questioning the next move. In this unfolding saga, speculation continues to grow about the potential consequences for both Harbaugh and the player, with insiders noting that the ramifications could extend beyond a single season if the split becomes permanent. The Ravens may have to rethink key strategies, redistribute responsibilities, and address locker room morale challenges, all while maintaining competitive performance in a demanding NFL schedule. Analysts note that the timing of this situation is critical, coinciding with training camp and preseason games, which are crucial periods for establishing rhythm, testing formations, and building trust among teammates. Fans and commentators alike are analyzing every detail, from body language during interviews to subtle interactions in press conferences, looking for clues that could confirm or refute the rumors. The story has ignited intense debate over coaching methods, player influence, and the fine line between discipline and authoritarianism in professional sports. As the Ravens navigate this storm, the broader NFL community is watching closely, aware that high-profile disputes often serve as cautionary tales or transformative moments in team history, making the resolution of this situation not just important for Baltimore but for the league's narrative as a whole. The rumor, whether fully accurate or partially exaggerated, has already secured its place as one of the most talked about topics in NFL circles this season. Insiders claim that behind closed doors, the situation between John Harbaugh and the unnamed Ravens player may have deeper layers than what fans and media can see, with sources hinting at a combination of personality clashes, differing visions for the team, and long-standing frustrations that may have finally reached a boiling point. Team executives are reportedly walking a tightrope, balancing loyalty to Harbaugh's proven coaching record with the undeniable influence and performance of the player in question. Some speculate that Harbaugh's statement, "You won't play with me anymore," could be interpreted both as a warning and as a strategic maneuver, signaling to the rest of the roster that there are no exceptions when it comes to discipline, work ethic, and alignment with the team's goals. The locker room dynamics, once considered one of the Ravens' strengths, are reportedly shifting, with players reacting in a mix of confusion, concern, and cautious curiosity about what the next steps might entail. Analysts are now exploring potential ripple effects across team morale, public perception, and even future contract negotiations, suggesting that this development could influence not only immediate game strategy but also long-term team-building decisions. Fans online are dissecting every interview clip, practice video, and social media posts for hidden meaning, turning the rumor into a digital frenzy that has dominated sports discussion boards for days, without any official confirmation from the franchise. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Your support keeps us bringing you the latest news on the Baltimore Ravens. And hey, drop your take in the comments below. We want to hear from the flock. According to sources, the reported fallout has left both Harbaugh and the player facing tough decisions about the future, with management reportedly acting as mediators in high-pressure meetings aimed at either reconciliation or determining a clean separation. Speculation suggests that the player, known for his talent and leadership on the field, may be weighing options including trade requests, public statements, or temporary withdrawal from certain team activities, while Harbaugh appears committed to enforcing his philosophy and maintaining his authority as head coach. Industry insiders are debating whether this public tension reflects a necessary enforcement of team discipline or an avoidable escalation that could tarnish the Ravens' locker room image. Betting analysts have even taken notice, with some adjusting odds and projecting how potential roster changes could affect the team's performance over the season. Fans are torn between admiration for Harbaugh's integrity and concern for the player's career trajectory, creating a complex narrative that blends loyalty, professional pride, and strategic uncertainty. The story has evolved from a simple rumor into a multi-layered saga, combining personal conflict, organizational strategy, and the high-stakes environment of professional football, leaving the NFL community on edge about what this means for Baltimore's prospects in upcoming games, playoff aspiration, and overall team cohesion during a pivotal season. Rumors continue to swirl about how other team members are reacting to the dispute, with whispers suggesting some are trying to mediate quietly, while others are reportedly distancing themselves to avoid being caught in the crossfire. The tension reportedly extends beyond the field, influencing everything from practice drills to team meetings, and even informal interactions in hallways and locker room spaces, where subtle body language and unspoken signals are being closely monitored by those attuned to the internal dynamics. Experts argue that these behind-the-scenes interactions may reveal more than public statements, providing insight into how leadership conflicts can ripple across an entire organization. The uncertainty surrounding the situation has inspired countless fan theories, speculative videos, and social media commentary, creating an environment where every hint is magnified, interpreted, and debated across platforms. Some analysts predict that if the player exits the team, it could trigger a domino effect, influencing contracts, drafting strategies, and future coaching decisions, while others suggest a resolution may reinforce Harbaugh's reputation as a strict but effective leader. In the midst of this swirling speculation, the Ravens' official silence has only fueled the frenzy, prompting intense scrutiny and a relentless search for insider information, from those claiming proximity to the events, keeping fans, journalists, and rival teams on alert. There are even whispers suggesting that Harbaugh's decision could be partly influenced by long-term strategic planning. We're setting a precedent for accountability, and discipline is seen as crucial to maintaining team culture over multiple seasons. Industry insiders point out that high-profile clashes like this can either fracture teams or galvanize them, depending on the outcome and the manner in which leadership manages the fallout. The rumor has attracted attention not only from NFL commentators, but also from mainstream sports media, who are following every development as if it were a suspense thriller, speculating about potential trades, benchings, or reconciliations. Fans are dissecting every detail, from body language in interviews to the tone of cryptic tweets, attempting to interpret hidden messages that may hint at resolution or escalation. Analysts are also comparing this scenario to historical conflicts in other NFL franchises, examining how legendary coaches have handled similar tensions, and projecting potential lessons for the Ravens. Meanwhile, betting markets, social media debates, and insider newsletters have amplified the story, turning what may have started as a private confrontation into a full-blown narrative, dominating NFL discourse and shaping public perception of both Harbaugh's leadership style and the player's professional trajectory. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay in the loop with exclusive news on our Baltimore Ravens, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. We'd love to hear what the flock thinks. Drop your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next one.